to talking about the good old fights. UFC 241.
Yeah,
What we all been waiting for. This is gonna be a good card.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited for the Stipe DC fight. I'm sorry, yeah. And then I want Yoel to get a win because I felt the last few fights I've seen him in, he did all right, but I'm rooting for Yoel real bad.
Yeah, man, dude. I'm Cuban. Joel is Cuban.
Yeah.
We have like a long, secretive story of how our paths connected, and I actually met him a few years ago. I can't really talk about it, but anyways,
yeah.
I met him and we had a conversation. This is before I got into the UFC. This is before I even had my second pro fight.
Yeah.
We were talking, man, and it was what he said to me that day definitely changed my stuff, and I live a lot of my life by those opinions that he had, those thoughts that he had, those concerns that he had, and I'm with him all day. But let's break down this main card.
Yeah.
Let's get it down.
Which one you want to start from bottom to top?
Yeah, we'll start from bottom to top. First one is Ian Heinisch out from Denver, Colorado, and against Brunson.
Yeah.
Derek Brunson. Now, Brunson has been having a pretty rough
After
year.
the Israel fight, yeah.
Yeah, just went for, well, he went Jacare to Israel.
Yeah, I forgot about the Jacare
and then
fight.
he finally got a win over Elias Theodorou.
Yeah.
Now we have Ian Heinisch, who comes off the Contender Series, and this kid's just been popping them off. They're placed in the #1 spot for UFC cards. If you are the beginning fighter, if you are starting off the main card, especially for a pay-per-view,
Yeah.
they want you there for excitement.
Yeah.
How do you see this one playing out?
Part of me wants to say, Brunson's going to come out and, do work. I have a feeling he's going to come out strong and kind of gas out. I feel he's going to gas out and lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to say it. I want him to win, but I feel like he's going to gas out.
Yeah, man. Brunson's he's a stylistically like tough, hard-nosed fighter, but he's always pressured forward. A lot of his troubles have been through kicks.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be an exciting fight because they're both going to go after each other.
Yeah.
They both have a solid wrestling, boxing base. But I just feel like Ian's going to keep that relentless pressure. If you're watching all of his videos, he's throwing that overhand right, going in straight for the double leg.
Yeah.
He's going for the, just the ground and pound, the posture, the control against the cage, the top game, and his cardio is able to stay there,
Yeah.
especially. So, I have him going decision for sure.
Yeah.
And if he does end up getting the finish, it would be on top. I don't see a striking knockout by either one of them. They both see punches coming. They both have
Definitely,
the same
it's
style.
going to be a grind out fight.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough fight.
It's like almost similar styles are just clashing in their butting heads. It's going to be a legit pre-fight or, first fight for the main card.
Get you hyped for the whole event.
Oh, yeah. We're all in it. And then our next fight, who is our next fight? We have our notes written down because we are very prepared. Our next fight is Gabriel, what does that say? I can't see it. Benitez, and then Yusuf. Sort Yusuf. Okay, so Benitez actually knocked out, if you watched the fights this past weekend, Humberto
I didn't get
Badani,
to watch that one.
Bagni, I can't even think of it. Everybody has difficult last names.
Yeah.
Well, he ended up winning, getting a decision this weekend. He ends up, it was impressive. Gabriel, drops him with an overhand right. Humberto drops Humberto with the overhand right. Then he gets him the armbar, and Gabriel lifts him up and slams him down right on his head and knocks him out. So he's got a lot of hype on his head. Yeah, it's insane. And then Yusuf is just an animal himself.
Yeah.
This guy, when he hits you, if you're not going out, you're having a rough night.
Yeah.
He has like a kind of like a rhythm to him. He gets a knockout, decision, knockout, decision, knockout, decision. That's how it goes. And right now he's on his knockout go.
Yeah.
Very athletic, very good, all well-rounded athlete. These styles actually collide with each other.
Yeah.
How do you see this one playing out?
I got Yosef. I'm only picking him because that was his last fight I saw was really good, and I was impressed by it. Because before that, I didn't really think much of him, even though he has a good record. But after I saw him fight last, So I'm going with him. I might be wrong because I don't know.
You're never wrong. The thing is, when it comes to these pickings, like, you could pick it. No one thought that Holly Holmes was going to beat Ronda Rousey at that time.
No, that
you
was
know what
fucking crazy.
Vegas hated everybody because the odds were so wide.
That was a fucking insane fight. She controlled that whole fight. That shit was beautiful to watch.
It was insane. So when you pick these fights, it's good. Like, we can sit here and I can punch in numbers and tell you this, that. I don't even know, man. Like, I will go with Yusuf because, again, like, his last fight that he had, he's been going on it, and it was Morales, and those are tough people. And he's fought, Gabriel is a good fight, man. He's a tough fighter. He's Hispanic, and I always say Hispanics, dude, they'll go, regardless of the bleeding, broken, hurt, injured. They're constantly fighting through every
It's it's like the old school Spanish boxer mentality. Like they're gonna just grind it out.
Without a doubt. And he's going to grind out. It's going to be a tough fight. If he does get hit, by Yusuf's power, could it be ended? Yeah, but if Yusuf gets hit by Gabriel's power, it could be the other way around. I mean, I see this being a technical matchup with a lot of grappling because both of them, being on their back is not so great, but being on top, they're a lot better. So I see them trying to grapple, but who knows? But I have Yusuf in this one. He's an up and comer. I feel like he picked this fight out, and he's paving the way.
And the next one coming up is Yoel and was it Paulo Costa?
Yeah.
Now that guy Costa, I watched a few of his fights. I want to pick. I'm rooting for Yoel, but that guy kind of scares me. It's almost like the guy who just fought Jones.
Thiago Santos.
Yeah. Like they come out with that relentless, and they're just throwing crazy. They're coming from crazy angles. That's what I'm worried about. But if Yoel could get him to the ground, control it there, I think Yoel could win the fight. But that dude does scare me. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, it is the battle of the best physique right now.
Yeah.
If you're looking at these guys, both of these guys look like they're Greek gods, chiseled on that, that stone, that granite, and that's put up in a monument just for everyone to look.
Yoel's got the Ogun body of fucking.
Oh yeah. Dude, and these guys are powerful, man. You watch Yoel. Yoel is the #1 fighter in the UFC that has the latest knockouts. Yeah. He has the most latest knockouts, like in the third round, towards the end. I mean, you've seen it with when he knocked out Chris Weidman. You've seen it when he knocked out Luke Rockhold. You've seen it when he
the fighter. He's a army guy now. I forget his name.
Tim Kennedy.
Yeah, Kennedy.
Yeah, Tim Kennedy in the second round. Tim Kennedy was doing really well against him.
Yeah.
But again, it's still like at any point in time, he has dynamite in both left, right hands, to both his knees, and he's very intelligent. So, Paulo Costa is a tough fighter as himself. He sits there and a lot of his wins, in my opinion, have came off of certain situations, like someone messes up and he capitalizes on it. And it's smart. He has the capitalization. He does that. Like when he beat Johnny Hendricks, that was one of the fights I was like sitting there like, all right, like is this guy gonna be legit?
Yeah.
Then he ends up fighting Uriah Hall, and he got Uriah Hall's head in the middle of the fight, coming back from getting beat up, and he did good. I see this, going in Yoel's favor if Yoel decides to shoot.
Yeah.
The thing is, I watched Uriah Hall take down Paulo Costa, and Uriah Hall, his wrestling isn't as great.
Yeah, he's a striker.
He's definitely a striker. So if Yoel puts him on his back, it would be the first time we all seen Paulo Costa on his back.
With a real wrestler.
With a
that's
real
dangerous.
wrestler. Yeah. And if you watch Yoel, when Yoel hit that knee pick and took down Lyoto Machida, he ended up knocking Lyoto Machida out with those elbows, those vicious elbows.
Yeah.
It's insane. So I have Yoel Romero, and I think this fight isn't going to the judges.
Oh, you think he finishes?
I think, well, either one of them's going to. I mean, it's going to be tough to finish Yoel, but, I don't know about Costo. I don't know how strong his chin is when he comes to a guy that's a heavy hitter that's almost identical. Like, we're watching, again, like the Gabriel and Yusuf fight, or the Ian Heinisch and Brunson. Like, these are the same style, same deal. The only thing that Yoel has that's besides experience is wrestling. But again, Yoel is 13-3, and Castro is 12-0.
Yeah.
So like they have they don't have that much experience under their belt on both sides. So again, it's a toss up, but I'm gonna stick with my Cuban heritage. I'm gonna stick with Yoel.
I'm leaning towards Yoel. I'm just worried about Castro with a wild punch. On a side note, speaking of Uriah Hall, I thought he was gonna be. I'll never forget when I was watching The Ultimate Fighter. I thought he was gonna be the greatest thing ever.
Oh man, dude!
I really thought he was gonna be the greatest fighter ever.
Oh man, his spinning back kick that he did inside of the Tough 17.
Yeah, he knocked that guy out.
Oh, Adam Sella. Hey man, he is insane. Uriah is insane. He has the capabilities of being the best of the best. But there's a lot of things that go into fighting, man. And it's like, you know, and we talked about his last fight, you know, when he was sitting there on the mic after he won against Bavon Lewis. He was talking about, you know, suicide and suicide awareness, and he was talking about his
mental health.
Yeah, and it was just family members, and that stuff can take a toll on you. And he's one of the coolest people ever. I sit there and talk to him a lot. He's a great guy, and it's just he has a lot of friends that he cares for so much that his mind gets drawn away.
Yeah, he's not focused on the fight.
Yeah, and it's tough, man. To be a fighter, you have to be a fighter all in. And there's no, he can still change it. He can switch it up. He can come back. He has the capabilities, and I think he's just slowly figuring certain things out.
I love his style, man. Because even when the fights he loses, like I always enjoy watching it. He always puts on a show. I thought he was gonna I'll never forget. I was telling my friends, oh yeah, he's gonna knock out Silva one day. I was talking crazy, like he'll knock out John Jones, like he's still got that, like it's never over. Like he can still flip it and turn it around.
Oh yeah,
he was one of my favorites, man. He was one of my favorite fighters. Still is.
Oh yeah, dude, he's a good dude, and man, I think he'll just switch around. I think he's just got to find his stride and find his want, and once he finds that and gets everything together,
because he'll show it. There's sometimes in the fight where you'll see it, like oh shit, like it's there, it's there.
Oh yeah,
it's there for sure.
No, it's good. Then we have who do you have next?
Pettis and Nate Diaz.
Oh man, this is the fight right there, right? Like, dude, we're getting Nate coming back after that long time off. His last fight was what, like Conor McGregor?
Yeah, Conor McGregor too.
Nothing has interested Nate any more in a fight than the Anthony Pettis fight. Like, they don't like each other.
Yeah, they got like some beef, I saw.
Yeah, they don't like each other. I mean, they had beef a while back whenever Pettis joined into the UFC. Nate just didn't like how he walked around. Nate didn't like his posture. Nate's like, dude, who the hell is this guy? You know, like he's coming in and taking his shine. And Nate doesn't like that.
Yeah.
You know, he's an OG of OGs, and he doesn't like when someone comes in and tries to show all this fancy stuff, and he's out here just
grinding it out.
Yeah,
him and his brother. And you know what's funny? When I first started watching Nate and his brothers fight, I didn't like him. Then I met them when I was working security at the SLS. They're the nicest fucking dudes ever, man. It shocked me. I was like, oh shit, you guys are nice. Like, but it's, you know, they're hyper fights sometimes. Yeah, they're cool as fuck though.
Oh, they're super dope. The thing is, like, you have to understand with fighters, man, they have a persona when a gig. Like, I don't want to say gimmick, but like, there's a persona when you're on the mic and you're sitting there talking about somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like. I don't care. Like, I fight. I love fighting. It's fun. I don't get mad at you. I don't get aggressive. I don't. Like, who cares? Yeah.
You know what it is.
Yeah, but they come from the streets, man. They're OGs of OGs. Like, if they don't like somebody, they're gonna let you know.
And I do like that they're not fake about it, because there are people in the UFC that I've ran into that have that fakeness about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say any names, but yeah.
But no, it's very true. It's very true. I can see it, man. That's the number one thing is I hate people being somebody they're not.
Yeah, they don't fake the funk at all. They're true
real
to themselves on that.
But then you have Anthony Pettis. He's a humble guy. He's out here fighting the best of the best. He's had the belt before. He's been all over the place, going from 55, trying to go to 45, coming up to 70 now. Yeah. How do you see this one going out?
This one, part of me wants to say Pettis is going to win, but the one thing about Nate, every time I picked against him, he's always shocked me. The first McGregor fight, I had McGregor winning that. You know, the fight started, he was dominating. Then once he gave him that hit, and he like started talking shit, and then got him to the ground. I was like, oh shit, he's a real deal.
It's over.
Yeah. So I want to lean towards Pettis, but there's a big like I'll say 6% of me is like I think Nate's really gonna take it.
Yeah. I mean, look. So I've gone through this fight in my head. This is the fight. If you're gonna bet on this, you don't want to bet. Stay away from it. Stay clear. This is a tough fight. So you have the Diaz brothers. You have Nate that does not check any kicks. They take kicks and they'll like get kicked and kicked and kicked. They don't do any of it. They don't care. They don't believe in it. And then you have Pettis, who's a great striker. He has a great Taekwondo background. He kicks, he flies, he moves, he's fast. And it's going to be a different speed than Nate has seen in a long while. Does he have the training partners that have the same equivalent of speed? I could agree with it. He probably does. But that's what's kind of crazy. But the reach is going to go to Diaz. So whenever Pettis throws that kick, Diaz ends up, he can throw a counter at the same time, and it would land. It's a tough matchup, man. And the thing I love about Duke Rufus and Pettis' camp is that Duke called the fight whenever Pettis' right hand broke in Ferguson. So that right there just shows you that if Diaz or if Pettis lands a solid right hand, which let's be honest, man, he's gonna land that right hand. Diaz's face is always there.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, that's one of his faults. He's not gonna, because he has that mentality like I could fucking take it, throw it. Yeah. Because I've seen him take some fucking haymakers and he'll just do this like after the hit, like bring that shit on.
It's insane, man.
So he's gonna get caught with it.
He'll get caught with it, but if his hand breaks, which Pettis' hand is known to break, and his right hand's dominant, man. When he lands that right hand, we've seen him drop Ferguson. We've seen him drop Mike Chiesa. He can hit hard with that right hand, or he gets awareness. So it's a tough one. I would like to say Nate again on this, just because Nate has the reach. It's only 15 minutes, and Pettis has to close the distance. He's gonna try all the spinning stuff. Nate's gonna sit there, but if it does go to the ground, it's gonna be very dangerous for Pettis, and so he's not gonna try to take it down. And Nate just doesn't care, so I want to go with Nate. I have Nate just on an emotional standpoint. That's why I say stay away from the bets.
Yeah.
Let's move on to this main event.
DC Stipe.
This is the legacy stamp. This is the fight that everybody's trying to watch. Everybody wants to know was it a fluke the first time? Which if he knocks someone out, it's not a fluke.
Yeah.
But people want to know oh, he wasn't ready for this, or he did this. There's so many of these videos out that trying to break down the fight and saying this, that, and the other. Stipe was the longest run of history and title defenses for the UFC ever. And now he just got slept in the first round by Daniel Cormier, who came up from light heavyweight. He's been on a tear. He's destroyed everyone. So now we have the matchup. Listen, since you're the most excited, I want you to break this fight down.
Okay, so this fight, I don't want to sound disrespectful, but I got DC dominating it from start to finish. I think he's gonna take him down to the ground, wrestle him, do some ground and pound, and then get up, strike with him too. That's the one thing. It's to people that don't watch UFC, it might not look impressive watching DC strike. But he could fucking throw. Because I've had friends watching with me and they're like, oh, he's winning. How's he winning? And they look at him. He doesn't look like the typical fighter, but he's got that in him, man. And I'm not the biggest DC fan at all, but that motherfucker can fight, man. I got him dominating the fight, and especially since Stipe, the way he's been talking lately about how it was a fluke and that one punch. I just think DC has something to prove because he won with a knockout, which is to me more impressive than dominating all 5 rounds. And I think DC just gonna come out and just dominate, just to prove to him that I'm the best right now.
So I'm gonna piggyback on that. I agree. I see the fight playing out exactly how it played out in the first one. DC has quick hands. He's like the Andy Ruiz of
Oh, that's
UFC.
a good example. Yeah.
He's fast hands. He's powerful. I mean, remember he started out in the heavyweight division, went down to 205, dominated 205, came back up to the heavyweight division. So the thing is, what's difficult when you come and you fight is the same thing as Joshua found out. It's hard to fight a fighter downstairs, down here, because you keep your head up. And that's what Stipe does a lot with his fighters. More than people, he has his hands up, so your punches are coming here. Where now he's looking down, and those punches go over the shoulders. So that's where I see
Clip
this
in the
happening.
chin. Yeah.
And you know, I honestly, if you go back and watch any of his fights, DC has great hands, like you said.
Yeah.
And he goes in there and he puts these punches and bunches, keeps the pressure, keeps that going. You know, he's one of one. There's no one that can mimic that style. There's no one that can sit there and be that style. He figured it out. And when he gets close, if he's ever in a situation where it's like, hey, I need to get out of it, he grabs the legs, crotch lift, takes you down, boom.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how good of a wrestler you are. You've seen him take down some of the best at everything.
Yeah, he's always shocked me because I remember when he first fought Rumble, I had Rumble winning that fight.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
He came through, finished that one. When he fought Alexander, I thought it was going to be much closer just because it was close with John.
Yeah.
But DC, he's almost like Nate Diaz. He's always surprised me every fight. But that's just because it started off with me not liking him. Now it's like just me watching as like an MMA fan. I realize his greatness, and it's just I don't see Stipe beating him at all.
Hell yeah, I agree on that.